welcome to our first ever virtual field day. So I know that this is going to look very different than our typical field day, but we're going to have as much fun as we can with it. And I hope that if you can get outside, obviously I would love for you to get outside, but if you need to stay inside, that is fine as well. The way that these videos are going to work is each video is going to have two activities. The first activity is going to be an activity that you can do inside, but you can also do outside if you wanted. But the second activity is going to be an optional one because that's going to be a water activity. So that one you kind of have to do outside. So if it's raining or if you're unable to, then you can skip that one. But I'm still going to show you what that would look like. But everyone can do the first one because that can be inside if needed. So our first activity for our virtual field day is going to be a game called the Water Bottle Trap. Now, the equipment that you need for the water bottle trap, you need an empty water bottle. It can be a plastic one like this, or it can be a harder plastic one that it can be reused. That's up to you, but I'm just using a disposable plastic water bottle. You will also need two rolled up pairs of socks. So all this is, this is just one soccer sock, and you can just roll it into kind of like a ball. But if you have smaller socks, you can just take both of them, put them together to form a ball. You will need two different socks that kind of look like a ball. So you'll need two of them. And the last thing you'll need is some sort of a laundry basket. So it can be any size. It's nothing too big. This one's mine. But any size, as long as it's kind of on the smaller side for our activity today. So I'm going to show you in the background how you're going to set this up, and then we can get started with playing our water bottle trap game. Once you have your basket and your bottle set up, holding up that basket, and you take your 5 steps away, your next thing that you're going to do is you're now going to do 2 different throws, one at a time. You're going to throw the sock to try to get it trapped underneath that basket. That would be 1 point. But your main goal is to try to trap the sock and the water bottle under there at the same time. Your point system is if you get 1 sock underneath with nothing else, that's 1 point. If you get 2 socks underneath with nothing else, that's 2 points. If you get both socks and the water bottle trapped under the basket, that is 3 points. Now, the other kind of weird thing that could happen is you could throw the sock and hit the water bottle, and the basket might trap half of the water bottle, or it might only trap the water bottle. That you can also get a point for because that was a good target throw. So that's up to you if you want to keep track of points. If you're doing this by yourself, then keep challenging yourself. Start about 5 feet away, and then every time your next turn comes, take another step back and another step back until it becomes too hard of a challenge. But if you're playing with a partner, then take turns and keep track of points to see who wins the challenge. Are you ready for water bottle trap? Let's go. Water game for our second activity of our virtual field day is something called a big water spoon. So for the big water spoon game, you will need 3 different pieces of equipment. The first thing you will need is a big pot that is filled with water. So a big pot that's filled with water. The second thing you will need is a smaller pot that has no water. This one's empty. And your third thing you will need is a spoon that's on the bigger side. You don't want a cereal spoon, you want a bigger spoon for this game. So I'm going to show you real quick how we're going to set up so that we can get started. Game, you're going to use your spoon to run to the pot that has water in it, You're going to scoop up water and then go back to your empty pot and dump it in. But you're going fast, so that water might fall off that spoon, but you're trying to get as much water from that spoon into the pot as possible. If you're playing by yourself, then time yourself. You want to see how fast you can fill that pot up with water. If you're playing with a partner, then both of you can go at the same time. So you would have 2 pots filled with water and 2 empty pots so that you're racing and you want to be the first person to fill your pot up with water. So be careful, there might get water everywhere in this game, but have fun with it and see who can fill their pot up the fastest. So if you're ready, let's start playing our big water spoon game.